This is the Simpit. I'm Andreas Martin Mørk. Welcome to Project Sim Racer. Before you ask, I promised that the next video would be of the 7-day sim camp that I've hyped up with hashtags and everything, and to be fair, those videos are actually done. But I don't want to round up Season 1 several weeks into Season 2, so I'm doing it now in week 13, and then we'll start releasing the 7-day sim camp videos early next week. So yeah, a whole season has flown by. I mean, I'm a little scared that time has gone by so fast actually, but hopefully that's just because I've been so fast. So let's take a look at some highlights from the races of Season 1. As you saw in the last video, Sean and I were preparing for the first week of the season in the Star Master, which was at Laguna Seca. After finding and tweaking a decent setup, it was time for my first race in the Star Master. I got off the line well and almost got into second place before the cold tires caught me off guard in turn 1. After that, it was a race of recovery and I ended up in a nice 4-car battle for 6th. Until I binned it in the corkscrew, that is. As you can see, I simply put the gas down too early, and next thing you know, my beautiful STC Simpit car became slightly asymmetrical. After that, I jumped back into the Skippy for my first league race ever. I was invited to the 2K World Cup by league organized Philippe Laibird, and I was excited to race with people I'd been watching on the broadcasts. But let's just say it didn't go as smoothly as I would have wanted it to. I got an off track on both of my flying laps in qualifying. Not what I did. It doesn't count as well. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I just did that. And had to start at the back of the grid.
Green flag. On your left. On your left. Still there.
While I did make up 6 positions on the first lap, I got a little ambitious on lap 2, going 3 wide into Revolver corner, which ultimately pushed me off the track, which meant that I received a slowdown penalty. I needed to slow down, but had to be careful not to be in the way, the pressure of which made me even more in the way, and forget to slow down enough, and subsequently receiving a 19-second stop and go penalty.
Slow down.
Why?
We got a tough official here today, guys. Thanks for reminding our P's and Q's. Clear.
And to add insult to injury, I also forgot to turn off tire changes, and I couldn't fuel enough to last the race, which meant I would have to pit a second time, during which I wrecked the car on pit entry. No.
Clear.
I just realized Damn. Alright.
What happened?
This is stupid. To my credit, I had never run a race with pit stops before. However, a chain of incidents and blown engines on the last few laps kicked me up into P26.
Keep your eyes open.
Oh.
Check your flag.
Did I finish 26th? But I was still gutted. I'd never been as nervous in a race as I was in that one, which just made the utter defeat even worse. But at least it could only go up from there. Getting used to the massive difference in grip on the cold tires in the Star Master was a challenge. For week 2, we were at Spa, which especially in this car means low downforce setups, and as a consequence of that, even lower grip levels on cold tires. Don't Rosberg me, don't Rosberg me, don't Rosberg me. Not only did I not qualify any higher than 9th, I'd become none the wiser too, and sure enough... No. God. Madness and chaos. Sorry about that, man. I was left with a bad conscience, but a perfectly healthy car, and got into the fight for 9th again with some awesome racing through IDR.
Left side. Right side. Still there, your door.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. But due to the contact at the start of the race and racking up off tracks at Pohang, excuse my French by the way, I ended up getting disqualified on the last lap due to a netcode issue. No! 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 No, 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 no. I cannot believe that. Oh my god. Hoping for a bit more luck, I joined another private championship, the AOR Pro Master Championship, as I mentioned in the last episode. The first time I competed was during week 3 at Suzuka, where I qualified 9th in a strong field.
Right side, clear.
Having finally learned from the other races, I sacrificed a few spots on the first lap in order to stay alive on the cold tires. I settled into a 4-car train and stayed at the back, waiting for trouble. As soon as that happened, I capitalized on it and got in front. After which I immediately put the car into the wall. Miraculously, with a bit of help from some wonky iRacing physics, I could get going again with practically no damage. A well executed pit stop for a change and issues up front got me back into the fight again, and I crossed the line in P6, half a second off the last podium spot. During the season, I also got an opportunity to drive the HPD with the team at the 24-hour Raw at Daytona, the test race for the actual 24-hour race. It was exciting to get into a faster car that required a bit more of a calm right foot, and the pressure of having the fate of a whole team on your shoulders was very intriguing actually. Unfortunately, due to contact with a GT3 car, I never even got to drive my stints. But at the last minute I got called up as a reserve driver for the actual race, a challenge that inspired me to bring some new ideas to the team regarding bodywork, for example. For some reason the rest of the guys weren't as excited about my setup changes as I was, but we still took the car home in 4th position. Other highlights worthy of a mention was coming from 21st to 9th in round 4 of the 2K World Cup.
Driver of Andreas not quite close enough. He does move himself up though into 9th position. What a run he has had here today, up 11 spots. One of our biggest movers inside the top 10.
But the main thing I can take away from the season is the fact that I took big steps in the qualifying department, and what was before my huge weakness has now become one of my strengths. Most of the time anyway. Take for example the fact that I beat my personal best in round 11 of the 2K World Cup at Barber by half a second. Yeah! We killed our optimal lap. Yeah! Oh man, let's see where we are. Okay, so far 7th. We're in 7th. And that's lone 2-lap qualifying, mind you. Or the fact that I qualified 5th in the last round of the AOR Pro Master Championship at Silverstone, which set me up for my first podium in that championship. We've got it, we've got it. Yes! Yeah! Our first podium position in the AOR Pro Master Championship. That's what I like to hear.
Checkered flag, man.
Checkered flag, that's it. The 2015 Season 1 in iRacing was won with one goal: to improve. And I've done that. Another goal was to raise my I rating, which I have, from around 1800 to 2500, peaking at almost 2800. I do expect to meet some serious resistance at around the 3k mark, but for now I still feel that it is slightly underrating me, so that's what I'm going to prove in next season. I will unveil my plans for the next season as soon as possible, so make sure you follow me on Twitter, but we'll also make an announcement on the website. That's it for this episode. Make sure you stay tuned for the 7-day SimCamp videos out next week, and if you do have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them here, or even better, leave them at thesimpit.com, where I will do my best to get back to each and every one of you. Thanks for watching the Simpit's Project Sim Racer. I'll see you next time.